morning, good morning, good morning. We are just like, I don't know if we're in Oklahoma City, passing through, or just getting through somewhere, I don't know. We're on I-40, headed through Oklahoma City. It is, let's see, Thursday, March the 4th, 8 a.m. Oklahoma time. Good morning. So I just got stuck at the Pilot. I had to pull off to go to the bathroom, and usually I can pull up, jump into a fuel lane, and pull forward and ready to go to the bathroom real quick and be back out before anybody's behind me is done fueling. However, I guess this southern part of Oklahoma is still having trouble with diesel, having enough diesel, because the Pilot that I was at just now, I was stuck behind somebody waiting at a pump, is they were out of diesel, and the fueling truck had just pulled up and started filling, and so it was going to be 20 minutes before they were turning the pumps back on. So I'm like, okay, cool. Jumped out, ran in, went to the restroom, and had somebody behind me. So I was stuck, and I was like, no. So on the way back, I let them know, hey, they're out of diesel. The diesel truck, or the fueling truck, just pulled up. The guy in front of me is waiting for fuel. So you're looking at 45 minutes probably before they turn the pumps on and you get to a pump. Hoping that guy was going to take off. And I said, I think the Loves has diesel. So he's like, oh, F that, I'm going to go to the Loves. I was like, cha-ching, because I was able to back up and get out of line and leave. So it worked out for me. Hopefully the Loves had diesel. I didn't know, I just said it because I needed to move. So it worked out in the long run. I ended up sitting there a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I was able to run in, go to the bathroom, take a few minutes, kind of chill for a sec. I slept like 8 hours last night, but man, when it was my turn to drive today, I was struggling. I think it's just because we've been on the West Coast, so it was still like 3:30 when I was getting up, but it was like 4:30, almost 5, actually I think it was like 5:30 before I started driving here, but it still would have been 4:30 East Coast time. So my body was just like, F you, until the sun came up. And then the sun came up and I was good and got my first bang in on me. Then I was okay. So now I'm good to go, ready to drive. I'm a little hungry. I should have went ahead while I was sitting there during that downtime. I ran into that Wendy's and got me a sandwich. Wendy's is pretty good, has a pretty good breakfast sandwich. Their croissant is pretty good. I like the maple butter they put on their bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. So, morning, sister. You said I'm so bad. Oh yeah. It wasn't that bad, but you know, it was true though. They didn't have diesel, and it was gonna take a while, especially if you would have sat behind me, because the guy in front of me was gonna fill up. And so 20 minutes to turn the pumps on, 15-20 minutes before he was ready to move. It was about 45 minutes, so it wasn't really a lie, because I wasn't gonna fuel. I was gonna pull through, but you know, he was looking at a solid 40-45 minutes before he was able to get to a pump. So it wasn't a lie, now that I think about it. So anyways, so we are still on our way to Tennessee to drop this Ross load, and I have 15 hours left of my week. So definitely tonight when we drop this load, we're gonna have to do a 34-hour reset, because I do not have any hours coming back for 2 more days. So literally after I get done driving today, I will have about 8 hours over for 2 days to drive. That's not going to work out. Alex has more because when we pulled in for that DOT inspection on the trailer, and that 12 hours we sat there, I was off duty and Alex also was off duty. He didn't go on duty, so therefore when he drove, he was awake that whole time. I went and slept. After I slept for 8 hours, I got up and had him go to bed because he had already been awake. Even though he was off duty, he was awake. So he only drove maybe 4 hours on that day. So he didn't get his full timing on that day. But really, he needed to sleep because he was awake. So he has probably an extra day's worth of drive time. But when you're looking at a team load, you really both need to have your hours at the same, because if we pick up another load tonight, I will be able to drive only 8 hours. Well, it takes 10 hours to get a full reset before his hours are reset for him to drive. And then when he gets driving, I won't have any hours coming back for a whole nother day. So we'll have to sit for 10 hours somewhere waiting for him to get hours, or his time to reset, where he could drive. But then he should be out of hours, and then I'll start having hours coming back as a recap, but not full day. So it's better that we just do a 34-hour reset after this one. So when my driver leader calls me this morning, I'm going to have her set our PTA out probably to I need to figure it out, but I need a 34-hour reset, so probably Saturday morning. And then that way they're not trying to plan us after our delivery tonight. And then if I need to adjust it, we can adjust it. But for now, we need a 34-hour reset to reset our 70. So we will be somewhere around, it's not too far from Nashville, is where we're going. It's a little town called Smyrna or Smyrna, or I don't know, something like that. But hopefully, because we're delivering about 1 a.m., hopefully we can find a place to park. Usually it's very difficult at nighttime to find a place because everybody's already pulled in and parked for the night. So we may have a little bit of difficulty finding a place to pull into to do our 34 hours. But we'll see. Alex will have time to be able to drive and find us a place, so that's not going to be a big thing. And hopefully he will have enough, because if I have to go on duty to try to find us a place, that's going to mess up us. Because hopefully after I'm done driving today, I can start my 34-hour reset so that when I'm up for my 34 hours, then I can start driving, and then Alex will be 10 hours behind me. So after I'm done, then his will be done. So anyhow, yeah, I know it seems really confusing, but it's worked out in my head. Anyhow, not a whole lot going on other than what the hey, Texas and Mississippi. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yes, we're seeing numbers go down for infections. We are getting more vaccines in people's arms. We're looking a little better. Why the hell would you open up 100% with no mask mandate? Are you retarded? I mean, just because we're looking better doesn't mean that we're better. It just means that we need to make sure that we're still being safe until we get to our herd immunity. Because I can guarantee you, it ain't gotta be psychic, that y'all are gonna become a hotspot and y'all are gonna be jumping up. I think what it said is it's time for people to personally take responsibility for it. And I understand everybody is, businesses really are suffering and everything. they're going to suffer even more when we got to shut down again. So it's not going to do any good to, everybody, let's throw parties and everybody can be back together. Let's open the bars, everything 100% full. Let's go. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous that there are people running these states that are that stupid. That let's just open it up. It ain't time yet. It ain't time. I could see maybe like September, once everybody has the opportunity. Not everybody is, because not everybody's going to get vaccinated, but everybody has had the opportunity to vaccinate. I can see where states will be opening up and everything like that, but I don't know. Sometimes I wonder how the human race has not been extinct already because of the stupidity. How did I make it to be 51? I don't even know that. I mean, I've made some doozies myself, but I think, I don't know. Anyways, so there. Also, I heard something yesterday, and I came in on it halfway, about we shouldn't be doing masks. Masks aren't efficient. We talked about this in 2009 or whatever, and the last pandemic was at H1N1 or something, that the effectiveness or that the cost versus effectiveness was not equal, and that's why we didn't do it and aren't doing. I was like, what? I don't know. I don't remember a whole lot about H1N1 other than if you're sick, stay home. And I don't remember a whole lot about it other than it seemed like it was another flu, but it wasn't like this one. I don't know. Maybe this one was blown up more. I don't know. All I know is that I have a personal responsibility to mask up, wash my hands, and social distance so that I am not a person spreading this disease, this horrible plague. Anyways, I think that if more people took personal responsibility, we would be better off. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I understand quite a bit, like, especially this morning I was listening to the RMA, how the virus goes in, and this lady explained it really well today, about, number one, the vaccine was really quick, all right, versus in the past it's taken years for a vaccine to be able to be released, right? Well, number one, they were already working on the RNA for vaccines, plus our advanced and we're more technically advanced, and we got emergency authorization to go forward. No steps were skipped. It's just everything was set up in a way that we were able to make an advancement quicker. And I think that that's kind of what scares people. Also, and I kind of thought about this too when I heard about this RNA, how like it goes in. Is that like rewriting our genes or something like that? No. And so when she explained it, it's like it doesn't actually go into the nucleus, so it's not rewriting our genetic code. But what it's doing, she said, it's like it's a contractor, okay, that goes into the cell, and it says, okay, hey guys, look, we're gonna build this protein spike. It's not the virus, but it's the protein spike that is that I don't know if it's that the virus creates or that is in the virus. I don't know, something like that. And then it says, okay, so here it is. This, now that we have this built, this is how we defend against it. and then it puts that in memory. So when that sees that protein spike come back into your body already knows how to handle that. It's not a foreign body. It already knows how to handle that protein spike, and that's basically what the vaccine does. So it allows our body to know this is what this is, and this is what we're going to do to get rid of it. So that really made a lot of sense to me today. It made me feel more comfortable. I was still going to do vaccine because looking at the pros and cons, the pros outweighed the cons for me, and so I was going to do it. But now I even feel better understanding a little bit more about how a vaccine works. Not just this vaccine, but a vaccine in general, how the vaccine works and how it stores. Now there's still some questions that I still need to listen to, like are we going to have to get a booster every year like we do the flu shot? How long will that memory of that last in our system? All these other questions that they're still learning about. But even if I had to get a booster every year, like a flu shot, or even if they put that into the annual flu shot, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I take a flu shot. I mean, this year is the first year we didn't take a flu shot, and that's because we were on the road when they were offering them, and then we just haven't been to a clinic or somewhere to get it. It's a really bad excuse because we could have got one. Had we, it would have been a little more inconvenient, but we could have got one. But we didn't, whatever reason. But we definitely do take them, and we haven't been super sick because of it. Some people say no, they don't even do it. Some people are non-vaxxers. Hey, you know what? I've said this before and I'll say it again. Do what's best for you and your family. Just take personal responsibility that if you're not going to do that, if you're not going to wear a mask, then don't go to places where you could potentially harm other people, okay? That's fine. You don't want to wear a mask? No, it's okay. But then you should do home delivery with your groceries. You shouldn't go into a place where other people, you could affect other people, okay? You don't want to get vaccinated? That's fine. But when you're sick and you have polio, don't go places where you're going to spread it out to other people. You know, it's that simple. Just take personal responsibility for yourself. You worry about yourself. Don't make other people have to suffer consequences because of something that you don't want to do. I'm okay with that. Yeah, just jump right in front of me. Go ahead, like 5 feet from my bumper. That's beautiful. Thank you. Anyways, if you had the speed to go, get in front of me, you should have the speed to continue going. Don't slow me down now. Ugh. Things that irritate me. So, anyhow, that's my thing. I said what I said. Take personal responsibility. Don't judge me, judge your mama. Whatever. Anyhow, so that's it. That's the updates for today. Don't have a whole lot more to cover. Yeah, that's it. So headed through Oklahoma on the way to Tennessee. Do a 34-hour reset. I usually, when we stop and not on the road, I usually don't throw up alive. We'll see what happens. I may get an itch to do it. But if you don't hear from us for a couple days, it's because we did that 34-hour reset. I'll be back when I'm back on the road. And just shout out to my Pops. He says he watches this every day, so you should be hearing this, Pops. Love you. Be safe. I love all my friends. Be safe. Please, please, please. Take personal responsibility. Mask up. Wash your hands. Socially distance. And be safe. Love y'all.